some love. Oh, dude, come check this out.
What do you got?
You wanted to go to Alaska, right?
Yeah.
I've got it.
Is that snow?
Ice racing.
Ooh.
And it's oval track, wheel to wheel, bashing. This is in Big Lake, which is like just the other side of Anchorage. So we can drive all the way there on the Alcan Highway.
Where's the Alcan Highway?
Oh, it's this historic legendary road that they built. It was an oil road in World War II.
So you're saying drive from here to Alaska and go racing?
Does it sound like a problem?
No, I'm totally in.
I bought this thing in the dark, so don't criticize me.
You paid how much for this?
1,300 bucks. This is exactly what we need, because if we wreck it, it doesn't matter, right? So we need to make a list, because...
That's easy, one of everything.
I think we should drive it around the block, figure out if the brakes and suspension work, and then come back, make a list, and tear the engine and trans out of it.
Oh yeah, let's go around the block, because it'll seem like such a much better idea after we do that.
And it still runs.
Just test the brakes.
This was a good time for this job. All right. Perfect. We discovered the custom quick release dashboard.
That's for racing.
Let's tear it apart.
All right. Cool.
How's your confidence now?
Oh, let's just leave right now.
I use this as an excuse to build a car I'd always wanted, a clone of the Ranchero that Hot Rod raced and won their class with in the very first Baja 1000 with Ack Miller and Ray Brock. When I picked the car up, I was really hoping that it would just need sort of a fluff up and paint it and hit the road, and as it turns out, it needed everything. This is the biggest order I've ever placed at Summit Racing, 3,400 bucks worth of stuff from Summit all at once. That's what happens when you're on a short schedule. This is Thursday afternoon. We leave Sunday morning, and as you can see, we still have no engine, no trans, no suspension, no brakes. I think the gas tank's actually in the car. These guys are all jamming hard. I'm doing corporate stuff, and I'm still really hoping that we make this. Seriously.
You know, once we tore into it, it was ridiculous. We replaced the engine, the transmission, the brakes, the wheels, the tires, the wiring, sheet metal in the floor. We added a heater because the car didn't have one. Insulation, I mean, you name it, we replaced it on this car. The motor we put in it was a 302 based Ford from Dart Machinery, and it was 363 cubic inches. I think it made like 450 horsepower on the dyno. It wasn't an easy swap. It didn't go in right away, even though we were replacing the same model of motor that was in the car.
This is what I look like when I'm watching Grant work. It's Friday night, so we have a day and a half left, but the biggest problem is we're past the window of opportunity to actually have open shops for alignment, exhaust, and drive shaft. So there'll be moments of entertainment to come.
Status report. It's not quite as cold as Alaska in here, but damn close. We're supposed to leave half an hour ago. I'm guessing we're gonna leave 12 hours from now. Oh. It's a conservative estimate.
Dude, that was an emotional blow, I'm telling you. So tired. 28 hours late is the new just on time.
Let's go to Alaska.
We hit the road finally, and it was smooth sailing all the way up into Utah, but then we got slowed down again when we hit a big snowstorm.
We're in Salt Lake City. We left at 11 a.m. this morning. It's 4 a.m. right now. We're doing good. I'm gonna go hose myself off, and then we're gonna drive to Canada.
I think I'm dying.
Slowly but surely.
I need a burger and a bed and a beer. Not necessarily in that order. I'll take whatever.
The next morning we had our first disaster. We had installed a block heater, which is a heating element that replaces a freeze plug in the side of the engine block. And it didn't fit perfectly, and it was puking coolant everywhere.
Oh yeah. Uh-oh.
That was all half of it.
You know what made me feel much better about that? Yeah. All right, that's it.
By this time, it was about 0 degrees out. I slammed the car door and the passenger side window exploded into like a billion pieces.
The window had come off the track a little bit on the passenger side of the Ranchero, and I told Finnegan, dude, be careful because the window comes off the track. He didn't put 2 and 2 together that meant that the glass was going to hit the roof of the car if you shut the door the wrong way, and he shut the door the wrong way, and I'm looking the other way, and all I hear is glass hitting the pavement. It's like, ugh. And we're going into freezing weather with no window.
Can you adjust the mirror over there on the right?
I can't reach it. I smell antifreeze again.
I don't want to ruin your day, but I think we need to stop.
It's puking, isn't it?
Not good.
The plug came all the way out.
Not good. I can fix it. I can fix it.
This seemed like such a great idea 2 weeks ago.
Ta-da!
As predicted, that freeze plug kept popping out, but the good news was we got really good at hawking them for distance.
Shall we?
Yeah.
We're running out of time, you know that.
At this point, Alaska's a pipe dream. We'd have to cannonball 24 hours a day for the next 3 days to get there, and we could still miss the race.
Well, let's just at least go get it fixed and decide what to do.
Cross your fingers.
So we're in the middle of nowhere in Idaho. We're freezing to death. We do the math and realize there is no way we can get to Alaska in time for the race. We're sitting around going, what do we do next? Refusing to put our tail between our legs and go home. And then I realized that some of our corporate guys had bought a 55 Chevy sight unseen on eBay just a few days earlier, and it was in Colorado Springs, Colorado. We could probably get from Idaho to Colorado Springs, so that's what we decided to do. What's the likelihood that I could come grab that car, like, say, day after tomorrow?
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Great. Thank you. We're on.
Sweet.
Change of direction.
Hey, I'm Finnegan. This is Freiburger. We're in Idaho. We're not staying here.
We bought a 55 Chevy in Colorado Springs because why wouldn't you? So we're going to Colorado.
From Idaho.
Now.
Instead of Alaska.
This is getting old.
I like how I broke the window and you're the one having to climb out of the car.
I'm excruciatingly aware of that.
No, that's a Muffler Man. If you're not hip to Muffler Man, here's the deal. They are giant fiberglass dudes that were made by International Fiberglass back in, I think, the late 60s, early 70s. And they're all built standing there like this so they can hold a muffler. But in subsequent years, people have bought them and turned them into all kinds of things. I've seen them holding golf clubs or as Paul Bunyan. And this particular one in Helper, Utah, was a coal miner.
He'd look real good in the bed of the Ranchero.
You think we can get him home?
I lost the freeze plug again. 3 times.
Told you.
3 times.
So who reinstalled that one?
Some dude. I don't know. No, he's not here right now.
What a mess.
Swear to God, it was tight.
You gonna go find it? We have more.
2 more. Because that just happens. It's in here somewhere, I swear. The snowboard came in handy on this trip. Air cleaner, no. All right, we might be hosed. Because I can't find them now.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Aha! Yeah.
We faked that for the drama. We knew it was there the whole time.
These are made in India. These aren't even in China or Mexico.
That's a step up. At least it's easy to get to. It could be much worse. This could be the freeze plug that's located behind the motor mount.
Don't talk about that.
That's what's going to happen next.
Don't talk about
If we
it.
just face it head forward.
Don't talk about it. This stuff is awesome. It dries in 1 minute flat. Now that ought to stay in there. I hope. This is the view. This car says, I'm gonna run you over. If only I could run more than a few miles at a time.
Let's do it.
Woohoo! Out of gas. On a hill in a snowstorm.
In Vale.
Good snow here.
I'm really starting to enjoy the climb across a little too much.
Oh, dick. Nobody likes you. I can't get the hood open. Oh yeah, we got this. No problem. We just climbed Vale Summit, over 12,000 feet of elevation in a snowstorm in the 40-year-old Ranchero with a carburetor, and we're actually patting ourselves on the back because we were able to get up the hill without change, which was cool. But on the way down, the heater stopped working, and I looked down at the gauge and I was like, oh crap, it's overheating. Why is it overheating? And we pulled over because we actually thought the radiator was icing up, but then we noticed the belt's gone for the water pump. And we don't have a spare, and it's, what, like 10 o'clock at night, so there's no auto parts open.
And it's 10 degrees.
Certain irony in overheating in 10-degree weather, isn't there?
Where are we?
I have no idea. We're at the foot of our 12,000 foot hill where we lost an alternator belt and we coasted 30 miles to get here. So we're gonna go scrounge food, stay at this luxury resort, and hit the road again in the morning.
Food sounds awesome. I'm ready.
Beer sounds better.
Yeah.
And then there was the 55 Chevy. I gotta say it looked good from a distance, but ooh, good looking from afar, but far from good looking.
When I initially saw the 55, I was fired up about it. You know, from 50 feet, it was sexy. You know, it reminded me of the 2-lane blacktop movie car. And it was primered, had radius cut rear wheel wells, tunnel ram motor sticking out of the hood, and I thought, oh, this thing's gonna be so much fun. But by the time I walked up on the car, my heart was sinking, because as I got closer, I realized this thing is a piece of shit.
This thing was clapped, man, but the company had bought it, and so we decided to hook it up and drag it home anyway. If you thought this was bad up to this point, it's about to get worse.
We're now less than a block away at Colorado Speed Company. These guys are kind enough to let us use their shop and to help us prep this thing to be towed behind the Ranchero. It came with a tow bar, but it's pretty much junk. So we're gonna go find a new one, probably from U-Haul. We're gonna find the right lug nuts for this so the wheels don't fall off of it, wire up some lights, and head home. So wish us luck.
So we're just about to leave Colorado Springs, and I decide to say to myself, let's find out why that wheel keeps squeaking. This is why, because the axle bearing, which was brand new by the way, has been eating its way into that axle shaft right there. And now we have a new bearing at long last after 4 trips to the auto parts store. We're going to commit the ultimate sin and tack weld the bearing to the axle itself to get home. Uh-oh. You didn't slip the retainer on first. In our sleep-deprived stupor, we had the bearing all nice and TIG weld onto the axle. We're thinking, oh yeah, that's going to work. Until we realized we forgot to put the retainer plate on it that holds the axle into the housing.
Yeah. It goes behind the bearing.
Yeah, it goes right here. We took the retainer plate and cut a slot in it and slid it behind the bearing. Ingenuity. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Good luck. Yep.
Nobody flat toes hardly anything anymore other than really small things like Jeeps or, you know, small cars you see behind motorhomes. Flat towing a 55 Chevy behind a Ford Ranchero is not the smartest thing you could do. But we did it. You know, we thought, no problem, we're badasses, we'll get this thing home. And as soon as we hit the highway, all hell broke loose. The thing was swerving left and right.
This thing was wagging hard on the freeway. I don't care who bought this thing or why, it was going back.
Hey, I'm Finnegan, this is Freiburger, and today we're in Colorado Springs, Colorado. The wheels have officially fallen off this bitch. We're going to a happy place. We're gonna go look at a big ass hole in the ground. We're going to the Grand Canyon.
We're going Thelma and Louise right now.
Right now. Just outside of Flagstaff, we encountered snow again.
At this point, you might think that things aren't really going that well, but you know what? We refuse to be depressed on a road trip, and what cheers us up every time is donuts in the snow. Sometimes you have to create your own fun when you're out on the road, and Finnegan's idea of fun is often buying inanimate objects, usually based on animals, and strapping them to cars. And so we got ourselves an ass and strapped it to the roof of the car.
Good day. Between Flagstaff and a big hole in the ground, we saw this place called the Roadkill Cafe, and how can you not stop at some place with a name like that?
The opossum blossom.
The chicken that almost crossed the road.
I don't know what I ate, but it was dead.
We're at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
You know, sometimes when you hit the road hits back. But we refuse to lose and always have fun on Roadkill. Oh, dick. By the way, that was the snow I peed on. Dick.
I summoned you, please come to me. Don't bury thoughts that you really want. I fill you up, drink from my cup. Within my life's what you really want. Come, lay me down, 'cause you know this, 'cause you know this sound. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, just call my name, I'm yours today. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, I'm wide awake, I crave your taste all night long, till morning comes. I'm getting what is mine, you gon' get your son. Oh, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, oh. These burning flames, these crashing waves wash over me like a hurricane. I captivate, you're hypnotized, feel powerful, but it's me again. Come, let me down, 'cause I know this, 'cause I know this.